about it. We're all different people, all through our lives. And that's okay, that's good, you've got to keep moving so long as you remember all the people that you used to be.
This quote from popular British television show Doctor Who really captures the main point of this digital story. Viewing our lives from the day-to-day perspective, it doesn't seem like much changes. We seemingly do the same repetitive tasks until it all just becomes a blur. But we are obviously different people than who we were 1 year ago or even 5 years ago. So today I'd like to ask, when did we change? When was the turning point from who you were and to who you are now at this moment? This story is from one of my more major turning points because it gave me a more positive outlook on life than I had previously. It was July 4th, 2014 at around 10:30. I had decided to walk down to the basketball court that was located near my house in order to watch the fireworks that night. When I got there, I decided to lay down on the concrete in order to get a better view of the fireworks. They ended around 11, but it was still quite warm out, so I decided to stay and watch the night sky, which is something I normally don't take a lot of time to do. During this time, the clouds in the night sky seemed so much more interesting, beautiful, and somehow more important than they ever had before. While I was watching the night sky, I began to be very introspective about my life at that moment and what I was happy and unhappy with. I was viewing my positive and negative attributes in ways I had never done before. It was one of those long nights where it is just you and your thoughts. I was unhappy on where I was in life. I was probably the most boring person in the world, just going to work and coming back home just to watch TV. I had horrible eating habits, and I was not taking care of my body or my mind. I began to think about what I perceived as important in my life, and how I wanted to travel the world and experience different places and cultures. I realized how amazing and ever-changing the world is, and how it never remains the same for a single second, and that there is so much to see. I promised myself in that moment that I was going to go out and see the world, that I was going to go and make a story worth telling. I also realized that I had to live my life for myself, and that taking better care of myself, both physically and mentally, was the best way to change my life around. Since this turning point in my life, I have done exactly that. I spend my time living in the moment and experiencing all that I can while making memories with good friends and beautiful places.